What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Lynette, and this channel is all about helping you become the very best version of yourself. I'm on that journey myself, and so I just wanted to share some things that I'm doing currently that's helping me. And so if you're looking to progress, do better, be better, this is a channel for you, because that is all we talk about. So just wanted to thank my current subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing to this channel. And it's still, YouTube is still very new to me, and it's still something that I'm trying to be consistent with. So just thank you for being patient with me and for riding with me along this whole YouTube journey. Also, like I said before, if you're looking to just try to become a better person, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and become a part of this whole YouTube journey and my family, I guess I can say. So as you can tell from the title of this video, today we're going to be talking about how to recognize and just being aware and beware of jealousy, greed, and envy. So the reason I wasn't even planning to talk about this. It was just something that came up, and that I really saw that these three things in my life, whenever I was like choosing to fall into them or be tempted by them, it really ended up making me just feel so miserable. And so I wanted to talk about what are some things that I am doing so that I can stay away from jealousy, envy, and greed. So first of all, I wanted to say that just kind of define each of these individually. So first, to me, what greed is when you have something and you don't want to share. So you're being greedy, you're just like, no, this is mine and I have it, and I'm not going to give it anything to anyone, and I'm just going to keep it all for myself. That's what I think greed is. Envy, I feel, is when you're mad about what someone else has that you don't have. You're not willing to work for what it is that you see another person has, but you just want it for yourself, and you feel that they don't deserve that. And so you're just sitting there just hating on them, like, that's supposed to be mine, I don't know why you have it. That's what I think envy is. And then jealousy, I feel jealousy is just when you want something that someone else has and you, again, kind of like envy and greed, you want it for yourself, you don't want to share, you don't want to work for it, you just kind of expect it to come to you, and then you don't want anyone else to have it as well. I hope all of that makes sense. So these three things I feel are very destructive to a person, because you end up becoming lazy, idle, expecting things, and you just don't want to work. You always think that everyone is taking everything from you. You have kind of like a victim mindset where this didn't happen to me, but it happened to so and so, and they don't deserve that. Okay, so it's just all around, as you can tell, there's just a lot of negativity and bad vibes with jealousy, envy, and greed. So I wanted to talk about, once again, those things that I'm doing in my life to stay away from jealousy, envy, and greed. So the first thing that I'm doing is I choose to be grateful. I feel that when you are grateful and when you look at those things that you do have and that the Lord has blessed you with, you no longer have room to look at someone else and compare or think that should be mine, because you are now saying, I'm going to count my many blessings, I'm just going to be grateful for what I have here and now, and I'm going to build upon that. So the first thing that I would say is to be grateful and thank the Lord for all your blessings. Second thing I would say is to not compare yourself to anyone. You know, when you think about when you're jealous of or envious of someone, it's because they have something that you think you should have that they shouldn't have. But when you are not comparing yourself to anyone, you are focused on your purpose and your journey and what you're doing in life, and you're minding your own business, you no longer have time to look at another person and what they have, because you're so focused on what you have in front of you and what you're trying to build upon. So that's the second thing, is to not compare yourself to others. The third thing that I would say is to have your own life, you know, have your own hobbies, have your own thing that you're working on, that you're working towards. I would say to go to the Lord in prayer and ask Him what it is that your purpose is. You know, find out what are those things that you like to do, and then focus on doing them. So have your own life. And there's a quote by Beyonce. This is so random, but I love this quote. It's, have your own life before you become someone else's wife. I love that quote because it's so true. I think sometimes even in like dating and stuff, and when you're looking for your significant other or your eternal companion, you're so focused on their life and trying to complement their life, and you know, and you forget that, okay, I need to have my own life so that I can add to someone, and I'm not like being a burden, or you know, my happiness depends upon them. Anyways, I will go off about that, but so third thing is to have your own life. Fourth thing, I would say to stay away from envy, jealousy, and greed. So first is to be grateful. Second is to not compare yourself to others. Third is to have your own life. And I think fourth is to go about serving others. This is one thing that I myself struggle with, because I'm a homebody. I like to keep to myself. I like to just do my own thing. However, when I do get out and serve, and when I am forgetting myself and working, that is when I am happiest, and also I don't have time to look at what so-and-so has, or focus on other people's lives, or judge them, or criticize them, because I am serving them. And I think that's one thing that I learned when I served a full-time mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, is it was in those times when I was forgetting myself and going to work, which is actually a quote by President Gordon B. Hinckley. It was when I was forgetting myself and going to work that I no longer had time to do nothing or worry about what others were doing. So that is the fourth thing that I would recommend, is to go about serving others. One thing that my mom always told her children growing up is that if you ever feel down or depressed, or you just, you know, you're feeling low, find someone to serve and go and serve them. And you will, and she's like, I promise you will forget what you were thinking about, and because your focus is now on that person and how you're going to help and serve them, you no longer are going to be thinking about yourself. And so those are the four things that I would recommend to stay away from: jealousy, envy, and greed. If you think about it, those three sins, or those three things, they stem from selfishness. They stem from when we are focusing on ourselves and individual needs. And I know that in the world today, and on social media and all of that, they really emphasize, do you, focus on you, worry about you. I think it's fine if you're not being selfish, if you're not being caught up with yourself. I feel like when you're caught up with yourself and your own feelings and what you're feeling, that's when you become, that's when the temptation to be jealous or envious or greedy towards someone will definitely come up, because you are now just focusing on yourself. I think there's two kinds of ways that you can focus on yourself. The first is where you focus on yourself because you're trying to improve who you are, and you're trying to get rid of bad habits, and you're just trying to develop the kind of person that you are and be better and grow and learn and progress. That's an excellent way to focus on yourself. But then there's another way where, nah, I'm just gonna do me. I'm just gonna focus on myself and not care about anyone else. I think that's not good, because we, at the end of the day, need each other, whether we want to admit it or not. I know I am one that I just like to not ask for help, and then sometimes I get in even deeper, you know, trouble or whatever. But we're all meant to help each other. And so if that means to focus on you and helping yourself to get better, but then also not stopping there, helping someone else get better, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's just something that was on my mind lately that I wanted to share, is how to stay away from the way to stay away from envy, jealousy, and greed is to first be grateful. Focus on the things that you do have, build upon those things. Second, don't compare yourself to others. You are on your own journey, you have your own purpose, and so focus on that. And third, have your own life. So that goes along with don't compare yourself. Have your own life, do your own things, find out what your interests, passions, desires, goals are, and then focus on those things. And then last but not least is to serve. I feel like if you are on a journey of becoming the best version of yourself and you want to do better and be better, after you've attained that or in the process of doing that, pull others along with you. Let them know, like, hey, we can do this together. I'm not on my own. Like, I'm not going to be greedy and just keep these things that I know that are good for me to myself. I'm actually going to share and help you and just bring you along with me. So those are the 4 things that I wanted to share in this video. And I really do believe that if we do those 4 things, that we definitely will be able to stay away from the deadly sins and destructive sins of envy, jealousy, and greed. Because I promise you, in those moments when I was being envious of someone or jealous or I was being greedy, it invites feelings of misery, of unhappiness, of, what is the word, when you're not whole, you're incomplete, you feel incomplete, you feel empty. Like, those are the feelings that you get when you choose to fall into greed, envy, or jealousy. And how I've been trying to avoid that is just remembering that it's not all about me. I know I am on this journey of becoming the best version of myself, but it's not all about me. It's about bettering myself so that I can help someone else better themselves. And I think the greatest example of that is our Savior Jesus Christ, when his whole life was dedicated to serving others and to helping others see the best versions in themselves, as well as when he saw someone was falling, rather than pushing them even more down, he would lift them up. And so he is my example that I try and follow in my life. I'm not perfect, but whenever I feel myself falling towards envy, jealousy, or greed, or anything like that, I always try to remember the Savior and what he would do, and it brings me back on track. And so this is just something I wanted to share. This channel is all about becoming the best version of ourselves, and so I truly believe if we stay away from those ugly and miserable and horrible things, it will help us to be better, do better, focus on the beauty in life, and it'll just, good vibes all around. So that is the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. If it's something that you liked, give it a thumbs up. If this is something that you're wanting to do yourself, go ahead and subscribe. I will be posting every day from now on because I need to be more consistent with this channel. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Yep, I'll see you guys tomorrow. So just remember, you're not alone. We're all in this together. We're all struggling together, but it's a good struggle because it's going to make us better and help us to do better. And thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you guys on my next video, which will be tomorrow. Bye, guys.